You're still gonna call me Hat Guy after that, huh? I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving. It's nothing. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your— I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Distracting Dotori was tough. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. Ugh. I never wanted to obliterate someone more than I do. Dotori doesn't recognize me. But his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles. I expect it's only a matter of time before he figures out. Chance for revenge by— Why the long face? And I'm not complaining either. Everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you live to fight another—
How are you holding up? Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could.
You don't look injured. All right. Rescue operation. There's a lot more work to be done.
Understood. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he really think everyone else is as immature as him?
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. Remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nachtschitzenkreuz Institute. Alain Guillotin despise—
I thought Alain was like—
And? What would—
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life. Only the living get to decide what—
Hey, come on out.
Huh? You're back? And your head's still screwed on—
What does it look like?
Excuse you.
Glad you're okay. Yes, it's a huge relief.
Worry?
We were worried.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join the—
It's a laugh a minute.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional—
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this—
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much—
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed.
Is he back? Is he really— Traveler! It's really you!
You can finally breathe.
It's great to have you— Look at them. You know—
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Ino and Anefa would be tearing up as well if—
Varka—
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, you're—
What?
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused. While I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dotori.
The three moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dotori believes himself—
Utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery. And I believe Miss Sandra—
Called it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after—
Our next step is to find a way to bring—
A place where time flows backwards, with no destination.
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time, just traveling in the opposite direction. The question is, where does that—
We considered that question as well. Strictly speaking, time is not infinite.
Indeed not. Road has an end.
Nicole!
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mages' tea parties. You wonder what lies at the end of her road, but where Miss Columbina will end up along this road.
What about the original moons? And the moon...
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the they were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelungs, but then one day...
Like I thought. No more paths back to... But how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. They can just materialize out of thin air. Yep. Is that the ray here of Sonari?
You are the moon goddess. But please, there's no need.
I find that a little
The way you used my own power against me was... And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space...
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. It was when I first got here. I was filled... How I cursed and devoured. I tore every... But to no avail. This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the... But this time I survived.
Are you the source of the abyssal...
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here and tried to destroy everything. But there was already a degree of abyssal power here before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking in the merciless sun, it tried to...
Tried to?
Yes. Because after that, the world suddenly became...
What do you mean?
The voices in my head. And then...
Her?
Thelindis.
Never mentioned that she saw a
More precisely, I saw her afterimage. I'm sure anyway.
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my friends...
You'd like to know how I know. The one who resurrected me said so. I could hear a deep lust for power. Dottore. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. All so that he could resurrect me at the moment of his choosing. I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were concerned.
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nodcry. When I left the Fatui in my weakened state.
Moon Goddess?
What?
I know this is a lot to ask. Especially from someone who... But this is the only thing.
What do you...
I'd like you to take a message.
Thelindis?
Yes. She's dead. But like I said, I can sense that some part of her soul...
Why don't you go and speak to...
I can't. I don't know why. All I can see is a glimpse of her. In return, I will clear these... No. Yeah. I'm tired of it all. Tired of the person I became. People used me. And then I turned around and started using others. I hurt a lot of people. I think I grew tired.
What do you wish to... Is it okay if I... Like the part where you relentlessly tried to kill...
Love demands honesty. We hid too much from each other. The Abyss will no longer stand in your way.
Even though Mr. Dainsliff felt he had to fight you, I think he still regarded you as a friend.
Dane?
He said that you betrayed him, but he also felt great remorse at never having understood what you were truly going through.
Why tell me this?
Because if he'd known that someone could take a message to you...
I know this will sound strange coming from me, but don't die.
He kept his word. The Abyss is no longer obstructing my path. Is that the Lindis? Hello, Miss Delindis.
Who are you?
You can call me Columbina.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's...
better than he was, huh?
Others have had a rough time on his account too. In many cases, their time ran out because of him. And I'm not just talking about the children of...
So, things got worse before they got better.
Are you sure you would...
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. Rerir had... but in the end, beyond that... But I'm sure that you've...
I'm sorry, Miss Columbina, I just...
It's alright. Well... that...
Wait! Time flows backwards here. The road ahead only...
I know. I intend to reach...
Without a moon marrow. Without the 3 moons' power.
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, and it's not just me, I must seem so ridiculous. Thinking back... I used to be a researcher. Rerir was one of the Venster King's retainers. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. I wanted him to be happy. So I thought I'd use this place to return to the past. At the time, I thought I could just go back to... It was only I couldn't kill the I'm sure it was but I was simply too weak. I know I'm never getting...
How do you plan to...
Have you noticed the golden energy that exists here? Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you forward faster. I can share what I've learned. I think you just might... Also, the documentation was... I have no way of verifying any of it by this point. But if it's true, you might be able to reach that era if you keep walking.
Understood. Thank you, Miss Delindis.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm of everlasting death, what use would my deductions be? About Rerir.
It wasn't your...
That's not true, but enough about that. I wish you a safe journey, Miss Columbina. And may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again. Space-time for... But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
To be found. Everything's getting blurry. Huh? Are you... Have you...
So, how exactly did the moons just disappear? Shouldn't it be a little harder to get rid of major creations like moons?
The world is a vast and ancient place. On a certain scale, all life lasts for but a fleeting moment.
Miss Nicole explained that the moon goddesses likely perished in the War of Funerary Flame. The moons themselves were also destroyed at that time, save for the Frost Moon, from which a new moon goddess was later born.
Am I missing something then? 'Cause the stories say that the moon goddesses were born on the moon, but doesn't Columbina say she was born in Nodcry?
Huh. You're right!
Why do their birthplaces differ? What's the difference between the two generations of moon goddesses?
Also, remember what Sandrone said? Her scans detected 4 moons. In other words, 4 moon marrows.
Technically, the result of the scan means that 4 moon marrows were detected and positively identified as moons in that moment. In other words, this piece of information alone isn't enough for us to know how Miss Columbina is doing right now.
Yep. We have no way of staying up to date. Yeah. She's as much as it that maniac. I'll be frank. And I know that even she was...
We're not giving up on
Right. Don't worry, Miss Sandrone.
No one's trying to argue that we can only justify...
So... she...
Absolutely.
Duh! She's part of the gang!
Yes, I know. You don't need to labor the point. I knew that the moment... Anyway, I'd probably get there if I could continue my calculation.
Computing power?
No, the issue isn't energy, it's processing power. There's so much data to get through that the whole process has just ground to a...
That's a tricky...
René de Petrichor of the Nazissenkreuz Ordo once foretold the fate of the world. However, that won't work for me. His methodology was bad. Ugh, this is so annoying.
Oh, what do we do then? How do...
You don't get it, do you? And I need accurate results, not ahem.
Either way, we've done what we can.
Hat guy? Is he hinting that we should talk outside?
Let's go somewhere. You know that Dory went back to Sumeru.
Yeah,
Things aren't looking good for Nodcry. She's gone to spread the word so that's... From what I know of Dottore, there are 2 possible reasons why he hasn't made a move yet. One is that he's still working through some kinks in his new powers. The other is... he wants to see how we're going to react. He'll easily devour everything eventually, so I guess he's in no rush to make it happen. The first false god he made was me. Now it's his turn. Even though my records were erased from Irminsul, Dottore's ideas haven't changed one bit. He once told me that becoming a god was like turning yourself into a hungry wolf or giant serpent to devour the moon. Clearly, he began studying the moon goddess's powers long before he even tried making a god. He's always wanted to get his greedy hands on divine authority one way or another. And in the end, he devoured the moon where I failed. In the desert of Sumeru, there is a chessboard built by King Deshret, also known as Al-Ahmar. But creating game, now he has the Trilunar Authority. Either way, Dory will inform Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she will contact the other gods in turn. The 7 will have some recourse available. If nothing else, their protection should keep the rest of the world from descending into chaos as quickly as Nodcry has. So on the bright side, even if Nodcry is doomed, your friends in other nations won't be an...
That's good to know. But...
There's a word for people who refuse to let anything go. It's called being...
Maybe it sounds greedy to you, and probably naive too. But whatever you call it, that's what gives me the determination to keep fighting. Battles are fleeting, but the will to fight is a long-term commitment. Give up for even a moment, and your resolve will shatter.
Do the right thing. No one is born to be a savior. I mean, who's gonna criticize you?
Don't take this the wrong way, but Dottore said something similar to me.
Not necessarily. It's less about belief for me.
You look kind of...
If you're arch...
about to become an Still, you're calmer than I expect.
Obviously. I have to admit that my past self was a reckless fool who, in as much as I want my vengeance, I know I'm not. Too bad it never taught me any other virtue.
So, what's...
I'll get to that. First.
Just like Paimon said, she's a friend. Part of the gang.
How much do you trust her? This is a serious question.
Although she's with the Fatui, she has her own values. And I see no reason not...
If you say so. In that case, the three of us need to talk. I have some thoughts about her computing problem. It can be solved.
How much?
Sometimes your heroism really backs me into... Come on, let's go talk to her.
Miss Androne, Traveler.
But...
I see.
About that, it's been sorted. Actually, you're...
Was it Hat Guy?
Yeah, it was... Wow!
But where is he?
Come with me. Hat Guy?
Hat Guy!
Hat Guy mentioned that he was a puppet. It seems that his functions are... I presume this has something to do with the
That's right. He and the Traveler came to see me. Wait, what?
Would you calm down? Why do you always react?
Excuse me? How would you know? You shouldn't be so quick to judge complete...
Oh, please.
Where does a mere...
I've actually published more papers than you. Not that status counts for much. Even Paimon's applied for academia.
Huh? Are you serious?
See? This is why I can't be bothered to explain myself.
Okay, fine.
This world itself is constantly processing all kinds of information.
Easier said than done. Only Irminsul can... Wait, is that what you're suggesting? But surely we can't just...
You should be...
Yeah,
Conry and puppets need an energy...
You? Do you mean...
The Traveler and I... It was built to...
World, are you sure?
I can put two...
I won't lie to you.
Doesn't matter.
Did you two act...
Yes, we discussed it. The bottom line is, he trusts me. Let's give it a shot, shall we?
Honestly, I have no clue where this kid even came from. But for whatever reason, he lent me his core to use in my formula. I'm very close to finishing my calculations now, and the core is currently in use. So I'm sorry, but I can only... This is what the core looks like.
A silver-white branch. It certainly matches the legends told about Irminsul.
Is Hat Guy gonna be okay?
He's not gonna die, right?
In theory, he should be fine. Beyond that, all I can say is that I'll try my best to avoid risk and make sure the core doesn't...
I think I know why you called us here now. Someone...
Correct. He said that the only...
He will have our undivided...
On a more
The worst case scenario with the core removal is either a system reset or a total... A core is completely different from... But in the end, it turns out the core was more useful to me. Do you think there's any difference between a puppet and a human? If not, I have already experienced both. Part of me wonders whether I'm only capable...
Sandra?
Who are you? Call me son. Oh, goodness. Columbina. Hyposelenia. It was... friends. You...
Huh?
Oh, sorry. You must be exhausted.
Do you mean the other two moon goddesses?
Wow, you sure know a lot. Oh, I get... It's all right. We were prepared for that possibility. You could say we were too prepared. I can't even remember how long my sisters and I have been here. When did you get here? How long has it been?
I can't say for sure, but it feels like it's been forever.
I see. Are you feeling all right? You look a little unwell.
I can hold out a while longer.
We don't have far to go. The place where my sisters and I are based is just up ahead. Don't worry. They're both really nice. I'll introduce you. Sisters! I'm back! And look who I've brought with me! It's our lovely little sister, born...
The pleasure is all...
Allow me to introduce you to This is Arya, the goddess, and this is Canon, goddess of the...
Hello, Columbina. I apologize for our startled reaction just now. And...
It's fine. You seem shy. Don't worry, Columbina.
Could you tell me where you...
Please.
This is where Tevat's original ruler, the Dragon King Nibelung...
What?
You're scary.
No, but please. Nibelung, our original master, created us in the distant past.
But he left this world and traveled into the dark universe beyond.
Day and night, we fulfilled our duty in the heavens.
The great ruler of
the heavenly principle. Is that what later generations call them? I see. But we did not reject them at first. We coexisted in peace.
Slowly, however, we came to realize that our guest had a growing desire to...
And you didn't stop it?
No. There was an order to the rules they set up that Nibelung never taught us. We wanted to know if this order would bode good or ill for Tevat. All right. Canon and I wanted to...
Later, we discovered that this great ruler of the firmament bore an almost paranoid hostility toward... They would even cast...
Only this.
Right. I did everything in my power to help the punished escape catastrophe, but still, too many lives were lost.
The ancestors of the Frostmoon Scions were some of the ones you helped. But just when we had decided to take countermeasures, the Dragon King, Nibelung...
And so began the War of Funerary Flame. So, that's the...
Well, who won in the end?
As far as I know, the Heavenly Principles won, although it came at a great cost. They remained in Tevat, where they continue to rule to this day. And the world's original master, the Dragon King Nibelung, was destroyed.
And what of the moons?
You can tell us the truth, Colin.
Only the Frost Moon remains. The eternal and iridescent moons were both shattered during the war.
So death finally came for it.
But... you... A moon goddess cannot live without her moon, Columbina. She's right. That's why I began... Our souls may endure within this lunar palace, but...
And we shall
I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize to us, dear sister. If anything, we owe the world. If only we decided to act.
All the more reason not to spend this time in regret and repentance. Instead, we should focus our efforts on how we might help our future sisters. Don't you see, Columbina, your story is not yet over. Is that not why you are here?
It's done. Initiate numerological array. Continue running primary process. Calculate the world's fate through extrapolation. Secondary process, scan for moons. Still 4. The number of... Wait, let me think. Is it possible that there's something I've been misunderstanding? Variables. I know where potential variables within the world come from. So what about the moons? Like their life or death, for instance. What if being alive or dead makes no difference to a moon? But that's so strange. Even immortal gods can die. Why would the moon's... Wait! Wait! If alive or dead is considered a variable, we might have had this wrong the whole time. No one ever said that a moon marrow equals a living moon. We just made that assumption. Initiate secondary process. Scan again. This time filtering out interfering perimeter. Moon marrow. I don't care if they're natural or artificial. Get them out of my... Why? It says 3 moons still exist in Teyvat, even after excluding the moon marrows. But we know for a fact that... Redo the scan. Narrow the results to living moons and real moons. No, scrap that. Why? What is this, Columbina? Has the world lied to us? Or are you the one pulling the wool over our eyes?
So, you think that the moon's reflection might be where Nibelung imprisoned the 3 moons?
Yes, it would explain a lot, such as why that space would respond to a moon goddess's power. It would also explain why Miss Columbina has been unable to leave, and why time flow—
In the messages she sent, Columbina promised us she'd find a way to return, but we have no way of knowing how, when, or where this might happen.
The fact that she still has yet to reappear in this world indicates that returning from that place is no easy—
So you're saying, if she could return by her own power alone, she would—
Yes, she certainly wouldn't leave it to this late— I've been giving this some thought, and I've come to believe that Luana's harm might be an anchor that she left behind, as a sort of future waypoint. This could also explain why Luana's heart is always by the traveler's side.
Sounds like a plausible theory. If that's the case, there must be some criteria we need. The question is...
Hello? Listen! Not only is Columbina alive, but she may well exist in a form unimaginable to us. I'm still unclear on the details, but she's done something truly inconceivable in the past. And the clue to what she's done lies in the moon and Teyvat.
Truly amazing.
I'm sure we all feel the same.
I'll keep my calculations going and try to find some way of coordinating with her. But that's not an
How can the dead moon still live? And Luanatar...
It's... Our authority is linked to the most fundamental rules of Teyvat. I suppose it's...
I didn't realize that when you said friends, you meant
Have you?
Of course. Between us, we've tried everything.
It's like the center of a whirlpool.
In that case, have you tried using any of those pathways that...
Sorry?
They're passages through which you can make small-scale changes to reality. Or am I the only one who can use those passages?
Kuvok?
You don't know? It's...
Oh. Well, it's true that the moons first rose up from the part of Teyvat you say is called Nodcry. But there is no difference in the elemental energy between their...
What?
Could you show us some of this?
Okay.
Isn't that just your power?
What? But it's everywhere in Nodcry.
How curious. This Kuvaki certainly did...
Let alone influence living creatures.
This is so strange.
Columbina, you're looking for more than just a way...
Yes. If I am to help my friends...
You mean...
This sounds extreme. The 3 moons' powers are not mutually compatible. Concentrating them into one god...
I know.
Even so, let's say we successfully transfer our authority to you. Nibelung constructed this realm specifically to prevent us from... No moon goddess can leave.
What if I don't leave alive?
Where do
Columbina?
If she really got to the beginning of time in there, how do you think she'd You don't think she'd write it down on a stone?
Columbina may not talk a lot, but she thinks deeply about issues like this.
Let's review what we know. This is the Columbina who fought alongside us against the... She knows our personality. So, if she wanted to tell... Oh. Traveler, you once said that those golden ripples also... What if Columbina left Luanatar here, not just as an anchor to the real... If she is part of Columbina...
Oh, yeah!
Nefer, wait! If you're right about this, and you can really see past events through Luanatar...
Oh, I know. Looking at Rerir's past in Conria was already enough of a... It'll surely blind me. But it's our only chance.
Boss.
We spoke about this.
But...
What's wrong? I'd be overjoyed if I were you. This day's come a lot earlier than either of us expected. I need to know you'll honor our agreement.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want some time to think?
What is there to think through? I should have gone blind after our battle with...
Then at least let me take some precautions on your behalf. And if you really do...
Oh, please, anything but that. I was actually ready to go through with this. Are you trying to scare me into backing out?
As if I could ever scare you. I'll assume you're just joking to calm your nerves.
All right, enough chit-chat. Let's do this.